Hey everybody, so here we are at the Kentucky Steam Heritage Corporation Steam Shop, also home to Next Generation Rail Solutions, and we're standing next to the 2716, as you can see. So a number of people recently, in the last couple weeks, month and a half, something like that, have reached out to me and asked what required the replacement of the outside wrapper sheets. Well, and the inside too. The inside, that's a whole different video. But I will, on a cursory level, say that oftentimes, especially in the latter days of steam, railroads would replace side sheets on a scheduled interval basis versus waiting for there to be problems. There's a reason. We'll go into that at some point when we're actually looking at the side sheets. But the wrapper, why did the wrapper need to be replaced? Well, or part of it, it wasn't so much that the material was heavily degraded, cracked, etc. But when you're replacing the inside side sheets, you have to remove all the rivets anyway, right? So all the rivets are out. Then you have to remove all the stay bolts. There's about 400 bolts per side sheet. Every single one of those holes, we'll take a look at them. Every single one of the holes has one of these in the sheet. So you have 400 of these. Now, what are these? Why are they there? Good question. So what the Van Sweringen railroads did, all the railroads that subscribed to the Advisory Mechanical Committee that were, part of the Van Sweringen family of railroads, they would ream the holes out to nominally 1 1/4 inch pipe taper size. And they would make up these little bushings. You can see they're tapered, right? Kind of, sort of, maybe. It's a pipe taper, it's not much. So in order to replace all the stay bolts, each one of those 400 on each side, stay bolts would have to be removed. And then these bushings surgically removed, because obviously you can't, scar up the sheet or whatever. So these bushings have to be removed. And then you have to have about 800 new ones made. And you have to install them. Just the cost of these bushings is around $6,400. Twice the cost of the new metal. And then you've still got, 70-something-year-old metal, whatever. This is actually the more economical way to go, because in addition to having to remove all of them, which is really time-consuming, and then have them made, and then install them, there's a lot of weld. And then you still have to ream and everything else. So at the point where the new metal for the side sheets was less than the cost of the bushings, and the forming and fit up is relatively easy, it really became sort of a rudimentary thing. It was an easy decision to make, both, institutionally and from a financial standpoint. It is actually less expensive, especially when you factor in the fact that volunteers will be putting all of the holes into the sheets once I have the sheets laid out for the holes to go in. So there's a huge cost savings there. And it's one of those things. It's like the logic behind why certain restoration methodologies are used, something that not a lot of people get to experience or understand. So I hope this was informative. And wait till you see the inner side sheets. They're a mess, almost as big of a mess as my hair. Good Lord, I need a haircut. Anyway, hope everybody's doing great. Ask questions. Load up the comments with questions. Share. All about education. Cheers.